Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a general collective message. And so I kind of got hit with a little mini tower yesterday morning. I had a slip and fall in the morning in the shower, and so I was kind of out of commission in the morning. I really wasn't able to jump on here and do too much, although I did have a meeting yesterday afternoon with two very powerful divine feminines in town, and we went to the local Enchanted Abyss store in town, and we met with the owner there, and I'm really excited about some future collaborations with the three of us and some ideas that we were kind of putting together in a pot of what we can do to enhance the journey for everybody. And so I'm really excited to reach these higher goals with these two wonderful divine feminines. So I'm excited to see where that goes. And then after that meeting, my girlfriend and we went to the local metaphysics shop. Kitty just did a miss there, so a near miss. But no, I went with the spiritual empath Melanie on YouTube. Go and check her out, the spiritual empath, if you feel drawn to. And I stumbled upon this beautiful rough piece of kyanite, and I could not resist in not picking it up. So I picked up this piece of kyanite. I had this feeling like I just needed it. I have a couple smaller pieces of kyanite, but I was just drawn to this gorgeous piece. It was the only piece he had. It was a great deal. And so I just find it interesting. This is a powerful meditation stone. I wanted to talk about it before jumping in with the energies. So this is a stone really good for astral travel as well, past life recollection, and reaching these higher planes. It really does have some very strong metaphysical properties, right? And so this stone allows us to develop our intuition, our psychic abilities, and ultimately to reach a place of mind over matter, right? Because you matter. And so it does allow an enhanced communication as well, mental clarity, and it allows us to deflect any unwanted negative thought processes. So I thought, well, how perfect. I knew I needed this piece. I wasn't sure why, but this is a really, really good stone to work with if you are a healer, because it kind of calms and balances the nervous system. And so it also helps with like finding the missing pieces, putting the pieces together and learning how they all kind of fit in to your personal soul journey or spiritual journey, right? It kind of allows you to lessen the gaps when it comes to your life purpose and like the puzzle pieces, right? It's also really good for manifesting new opportunities. So I thought that was pretty interesting, new ideas and possibilities to put into action. And so that's kind of what we did yesterday. We brainstormed, right? And so it is actually too, kyanite is derived by the Greek word kyanos, which does mean deep blue. And so I think of the deep blue, I think of the deep blue Piscean ocean as well. And so I thought this was the perfect stone, knowing that Saturn is about to go retrograde in Pisces, Neptune is going retrograde in Pisces. And so I also feel collectively we're working on clearing any throat chakra blockages as well. And so I know I work with a lot of the crystals when it comes to the collective energies that we're working with. And so many are going through, I feel, this detoxifying spiritual scrub as we clear all of these lower energies, any chemicals within our system. We kind of got to clear that, especially when it comes to what we've been exposed in within our environment. And so I do feel this is a time where many in the collective as well are releasing all of these pent-up repressed emotions that we've been repressing for a long time. And I do feel a lot of the masculines are releasing those repressed emotions. And so we do need to, on the spiritual journey, find our voice and find our authentic expression for ourselves, right? And so I do feel we're in the precipice of removing a lot of emotional blockages right now collectively, so that we can communicate with people and within all relationships on a deeper emotional and spiritual, intellectual level. And so this is a great stone for attunement. And so maybe I'm bringing this up because I know many are being asked to kind of balance their chakras right now, especially if you notice when one is super out of balance, because we're being asked to realign to our proper karmic pathway right now, right? And so this is a great stone for that, for healing, for balancing the energies, balancing the etheric body, the emotional body, the spiritual body. And actually, it was really good for anybody suffering from back pain, which I thought, well, perfect, because I took that temple and I was pretty stiff most the day yesterday. And kyanite also is known as a recorder of energy. And so if we have any experience, previous life experiences with the energy that kyanite holds, it will remind us of these past life experiences and what we're here to bring into the future with this emotional baggage that we're kind of clearing. And so I do feel many in the collective, though, we're gaining that new higher perspective, especially when it comes to these karmic relationships or any problems that we've been going through, and we're kind of seeing it from that different perspective, that higher angle. Because our energy fields right now are realigning, and anything misaligned or out of balance kind of has to get out of the way, right? And so we've got a lot of Mars activity taking place too in the energies this week that I talked about in the forecast. And so with Mars representing our ambition, our energy, our action, our desires, and with it in Leo, this is taking action through the heart. But Leo can also trigger a lot of aggression, anger, and survival fears as well, right? And so we can't stay in these states of contempt and being stuck. And so there's a lot of primal energy, I feel, being activated collectively right now, especially when it comes to sexual desires coming to the forefront. It's this raw sexual, physical energy. And so many are being redirected, right? We're being asked to be forthright through the heart. And to not make any impulsive, rash, or aggressive decisions at this time, although that might be hard with Mars squaring it up with the North Node, right? Because all of these are related to subconscious motivations when it comes to the nodal aspects, and especially, the Mars energy. And so although we want to cling to the past and what's no longer relevant, we have to take appropriate action. We have to deal with these unconscious motivations. Because they will keep, causing disruption, conflict, and chaos in our present life and the future if we don't go through this unfoldment of our personal psychology and this understanding, right? And so whenever there's a square, it is basically a skipped lesson, a skipped step that we needed to complete in a past life, and now we're kind of being forced into this completion, this life. And so it's a very frustrating time when it comes to these repeated painful lessons coming up continuously in our life. And these do happen continuously with different people to bring up the stuckness and to activate our karmic mission, right? And so we're being asked to fulfill our karmic lessons at this time because we failed to do so in a past life. And so this is the lifetime that we kind of have to deal with it with a little bit of added extra judgment and karma, right? And so this can also cause a lot of neurosis, a lot of psychosis, a lot of obsession in the energies, because ultimately we're basically fighting some type of demon or adversary from within us, right? And so any conflict that you're facing externally is you basically fighting with the universe and fighting these inner demons. And so there's likely some type of delicate karmic situation that we need to learn from, or to understand where somebody's diluted you from stepping into your highest potential. And so things are kind of being put, like the brakes are being put on these karmic cycles, which will trigger a degree of aggression in the energies. And so we do have to, release this energy in a graceful manner. And that's what I kept hearing was learning grace. And then I heard the song Grace by, I think it's Louis Capaldi, Grace. You might want to go and check that out. And so, but we got to release this need to control, this controlling energy. We got to curb those obsessions, those delusions, those neurotic obsessions, or it will be done for you through an unlikely, unfavorable tower, right? Or a likely unfavorable tower. And so there's a lot of temperamental, angry feelings coming to the surface, which can lead to some overly aggressive physical actions. So you're going to want to mind any robust emotions, right? Because I do feel there's these excessive energies coming through, which can cause like an emotional or a mental breakdown with this nodal square. And so I also feel this energy of a lot of irritation and moodiness, because we do have Mars squaring the moon too, both energies in Leo. So this will bring forward a lot of irrational emotional outbursts coming forward. A lot of obsessive compulsive behaviors that are not serving you are going to boil to the surface and cause more conflicts, and in order to bring these hidden tensions to the surface, right? And we have to learn to manage and control our emotions and to not allow them to control us. And so I do feel opportunities are arising to find the spiritual strength to assert yourself, maybe to assert yourself in a brand new direction, to follow your desires, because there's a lot being activated when it comes to this creative process. So you might find yourself feeling newly inspired. You might even have a chance encounter, a chance meeting with somebody that can maybe help you along your ascension journey. But I do feel in the days to come, there's going to be this need to find your determination to follow through with whatever needs to be done. And that might mean leaving people behind, a job behind, or a home life behind. And so we are actively working towards manifesting what we desire to create, but we have to take that action. So even though there's a lot of creative potential coming up in the energies, we do have to physically engage in the manifestation process. And so I do feel the Mars energy is ringed forward, like the drive to be able to do that. And so I guess I'm going to really work with the kyanite stone over the coming days for the collective, and we'll see what that brings forward. I know I do have about 10 more zodiac signs to do for the month of June. And so I'm packing up and I'm heading out of town tomorrow, and I'll be gone for a few days. And so I am going to bring my tripod and my recording stuff and my decks that I've been using for the zodiac signs, and I'll get some recording done while we're out at the trailer camping on the weekend, but I won't be able to upload them until I get home next week. So patience, please. I would appreciate some patience with that. And so I was specifically asked to use the Senses of the Soul deck for the collective message today, and the Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti, and I really love this deck. So we're going to see what comes through. My intention is just general collective, so this is not sign specific. This is a general energy reading. And so let's cut the deck and let's see where this goes. We've got the Moss energy, and that's a 7. And so we are in a 7-year of truth, right? Unveiling the truth where we've been misguided by falsehoods. It is safe to heal. This is also a root chakra card. And so that is where we house our fear of emotional stability, financial stability. And so there is this safety, saying it is safe to go into the depths of this clearing. And so base chakra will trigger a lot of anger and rage too. And then we get the 56 card, the yellow dock, which is asking us to let go of the pain from the past. And when we let go of the pain from the past, then we can feel strong in who we truly are. And so I do feel many are going through spontaneous Kundalini activations, working with the violet flame at this time, and going through like a karmic board clearing, collectively speaking. So it's like from the base to the crown, we're clearing these old timelines. And so Moss is still on the bottom of the deck, and then below that we do have I am aligned with universal energies. Ooh, and then we get the Lover. So this is like a choice between two, right? The Lover. We can choose from the heart to restore our vibrant health, to release from these addictive trauma bond cycles, to release from the pain, and to choose an option that is better for us. But I do feel first we need to have that spiritual clarity before we can move forward. And we also have to be willing to go where it is we need to go to heal. And that does require speaking up and speaking our truth, and releasing the pain of the past. So we're going to see what needs to come through for the collective today. We get the Fennel and the Prophet. Wow, wow. And so we all have the ability to tap into this potential, right? We all have the ability to be this energy conduit for this spiritual wisdom. And so the Prophet is a 5 card. It is a blue. And so many of us are here to speak this prophetic word into the collective. And so you might have noticed the funnel. I'm being shown like a funnel of energies, almost like a tornado of ascension energies. And this is where we need to arm ourselves in our spiritual strength, our spiritual warrior. These are like major arcana cards because we are here to be these alchemists, right? And we can take this pain and we can turn it into our power, into our strength, because as we heal ourselves, we do heal the world. So where can you release any insecurities that you've been facing? And that's that Taurus North Node, to embrace your authentic power. And so somebody here, I feel the warrior, that's the energy too of the wounded healer, the Chiron energy. And so we get the orchid, which also represents death for me. The enchanter, the enchantress with the rose hip. And so this is about embracing freedom and honoring the ancestors that have come before us. It's a 50 card. So we've got change afoot, right? Change is afoot here. And the enchanter, the enchantress, to me, this is feeling like a mirroring soul connection coming through. And so it is also an 8 card. And so this is a divine connection coming through. And this is about nurturing the inner child from within. So the twin flame does come in and trigger that inner child healing. The 33 coming up on the rose hip, the green. This is about the higher heart. And that was a message that came through yesterday. There was a block in the higher heart. And when that higher heart gets activated, then we can move forward into the throat. And so inner child healing, honoring the ancestors that came before us, and the rose hip being a 33, that is a direct connection to the Freemasonry codes. And then the bottom of the deck, we get the blue star with the guru. So these are some very powerful energies coming through with the white star. Oh my gosh. And the muse. And so the muse. So there is a mirroring soul connection here coming through. Another 5 card, change, Hierophant. We got 5-5 coming through. And so I do feel there is a mirroring connection here where the two of you are each other's creative muse. And that is kind of how the twin flame journey goes. Do you see, like dancing on a cloud? And that's what it feels like when you step into the ascension energy of the union, tapping into the higher frequencies. Many of us are here to be these spiritual gurus. And it does feel like, you know, hitting the jackpot. So we do get the blue star, which I feel is a higher DNA activation, and we get the white star. So I am going to grab the book and read into these energies. They're asking me to read into these energies because I do feel somebody is a spiritual guru here, and I do feel a muse type energy, a creative muse. And so the blue star and the white star are connected to the higher chakras. They're closing out so we're connected to the 11th and the 9th chakra, I believe. So let's do the blue star first. It's a 65. And so this is speaking of divine karmic freedom. And so you're going to want to pay special attention to your spiritual journey right now, because I feel many are coming into this question of who am I? And this is a direct link to the nodal aspects. And so we are God in human form, more or less, right? And so we are here to experience all aspects of divinity. And that's what we've wished for. Many of us have wished for that. And so this is about the integration of our human earthly self with our divine higher soul self. And so there is a manifestation of somebody's desires and abundance coming through. This is the activation of the soul blueprint. And so when we go into these higher ascension energies, this is when we tap into unity consciousness and that state of wholeness with ourselves and with this spiritually expansive energy collectively, right? And so when we come into these states of transcendence too, and the knowledge of our many earthly identities and past lives, and we open up to this spiritual nature in these transcendent states, we come into this understanding we are both feminine and masculine, neither nor, right? We are one in spiritual form. And so this is, the energy is supporting our multidimensional faceted energies. And so a lot of us can shapeshift and to shift into these other cosmic dimensions, because we are earth angels, we are guides, and we are connected to the ascended masters and all of these heightened intuitive senses, right? And so somebody here is a channel and has been receiving these higher information as the angels are surrounding somebody. And so it's time to unmute your throat. Speak up is what I keep hearing. Speak up. And so the white star is connected to the ascension energies. Hi, Kitty. Hi. Oh, and my nose is itchy. And so the white star is actually connected to the 12th chakra. And we can go all the way up to the 13th chakra. And that is that 0 point. That is the ultimate ascension. And so the bigger picture is at work in the collective right now. And so many go through these periods of states of euphoria, elation, where we come into this gratitude and this awareness of the oneness, of the unconditional love, of the sweetness of our human existence, right? And so I do feel many are increasing their spiritual gifts, their spiritual sensitivity in these energies. We're getting this higher attunement with the spiritual connection with our higher self, with all of these angelic presences kind of coming forward, and these starseed presences coming forward. And so there is the addressing of patterns coming up, patterns. And when we have to address these lower patterns and ascend out of these lower timelines, we do have to go through fear, anxiety, judgment, resentment, feeling defeated as we cycle through the processing of understanding these patterns. And so the energies I feel over the coming days are assisting us in reorienting the stories we tell ourselves about our life, shifting our core self-belief into these higher places of consciousness. And this is where we create more peace and ease in our life, right? When we come from a place of healed wholeness, you can tell. You can just tell when somebody's coming from a place of healed wholeness. The conversation is different, right? Because all of the negative debris from the psyche has been purged and reoriented, and we're tapped into our talents and our gifts, right? And our divine karmic direction. And so we need to learn on the journey to discern and to discriminate between desires that are healthy for us and those that are destructive. And so first the energy comes in to destroy so we can rebuild. And so there is a lot of destruction when it comes to the service mission of others that we're here to step into, and a lot of self-realization. No human is an island, right? We cannot do it alone. We're here to cooperate. We're here to work together to achieve complete alignment together as part of this co-creation journey. And we have to reach total alignment and equanimity of self, right? And there's the grace energy coming forward. And so this does speak of the Holy Trinity, the Twin Flame Collective. And the Twin Flames do have that source of all creation within their divinity remembrance of their soul blueprint. And so I do feel a new access of this energy and ascendance energy. And so the guru too, a lot of the divine masculines are these spiritual gurus, and the feminine is also the muse for them. So there is something alchemizing in the energy, and this is about communicating to our fullest potential. So somebody coming through needs to release resistance, needs to overcome these challenges. And then we get like the dark magician, the sorcerer, and the sorceress. That is like the dark magician energy. And so that is also the 12th chakra, I do believe. And so this is definitely, if I can find it, I don't think it is the 12th chakra. I'm looking here, guys. I just can't see. There it is. So I do feel there's a lot of shadow manifestations coming through when it comes to karmic strife and drama as well in the energies, because many have conformed, right, to the Capricorn energy. And so we have to kind of unearth and unbury our true selves, because our true self is kind of buried under all of these karmic layers of strife and drama. And that makes it very difficult for us to trust our intuition and to receive the truthful spiritual higher guidance that's trying to come through. And so when we get susceptible to like groupthink or falling into these limiting beliefs or our state of apathy or complacency, then the wisdom that's coming through really isn't true to yourself. And so we will keep continuously, unconsciously repeating these karmic timelines and patterns if we do blindly continue to manifest karmic lessons over and over without the completion of the cycle, the understanding of the knowledge of the cycle. And so you might want to continue working on healing some lower chakra energies right now, and work with that type of archetype energy, because we do have the ability to create our reality. But it does require releasing these limitations as well. So let's jump in with the tarot and see what else needs to come through. I know I got a couple sessions here today as well. Well, we get the Five of Swords in reversed and the Six of Coins. So this is about releasing the need to self-sabotage. I do feel Aquarian energy. And so with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, it's going to be shifting back into Capricorn in the summer. And so Aquarian is like the great humanitarian, but we cannot self-sacrifice, right? And so I do feel a need to acknowledge where you have been denying your truth, where you have maybe self-sabotaged and betrayed yourself. There's pain, right? And it is through the balancing of the pain that we can step back into the light. And so with Saturn also coming through Libra, I feel these realignments, these light codes started coming in at that Libra full moon. We're coming upon a Sagittarius full moon coming up here. And so the sun is illuminating a mistruth. There is a need to kind of move on from something that I feel is kind of stuck, stagnant, dead, and dying away. But there's resistance to taking this action because of the level of pain that might need to be transmuted. But there is a need to get honest, Taurus, Libra coming through when it comes to an imbalance within a relationship. And that's that Mercury and Taurus coming through. So we're going to see collectively what other messages need to come through with the tarot. And let's see what needs to come through. So I guess this is kind of like my weekend check-in, a day early. But we're going to see collectively what other messages need to come through with the tarot. Well, we got the Lovers. We got the Lovers first card out. And so this is about a choice between two. Gemini. The sun is in Gemini right now, and it is forming aspects with Mars in Leo. We also have Venus in Cancer. And so the twin energy is coming through. And so what needs to be released? A bad decision, perhaps, maybe with a Capricorn. And I do feel as Pluto goes retrograde back into Capricorn this summer, something will need to be released in order to go towards some type of higher divine union, authentic divine union with the Lovers. So get ready to make a decision. Oh, we got a King of Cups making a decision. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yes, and I do feel there's been resistance to this healing journey. So we got a masculine coming through, needing to make a decision, needing to release, maybe going through a release of some emotions. This could be a release of a long-standing partnership. The Tree of Life in reverse. So there's like the Tree of Knowledge and the Tree of Life. And so I do feel a Kundalini activation. And there's been a revelation of the dark mysteries that have come through, and where there's been a lack of healing when it comes to a deep spiritual connection. Scorpio. So somebody's been in the depths of the underworld going through this remembrance of a past life soul connection where the two of you feel like innocent children again, getting back to a state of innocence. And I do feel an equal amount of love that the two of you share for one another. And I feel with Jupiter and Taurus, there's an expansion going on here when it comes to these mysteries, Pisces energy, and a returning to something. So this is what I'm feeling when Neptune and Saturn go retrograde in Pisces. There's going to be a return from somebody from the past, maybe from a divine masculine, a masculine that is going through some ascension and receiving some downloads right now. In some truth, and sitting in some emotions for sure. Oh yeah, a lot of truth coming through. So I do feel higher activation. So let's keep shuffling here and see what else needs to come through. Well, we get a Page of Cups. So this is kind of feeling like an apology, an offer is on the way. And maybe, like I said, this could be a masculine that you've known all the way back from childhood. But if you are sitting in this Queen of Swords energy, I do feel get ready for an unexpected offer of love. This is an open-hearted offer. This is youthful. This is new. This is fresh, unexpected, unexpected arrival of some communication. And if this is somebody that you've dealt with in the past, because the Queen of Swords to me could represent an ex, if this is somebody that caused you a lot of grief, a lot of pain, due to maybe some third party, they're all up in their feels. I do feel somebody's about to take action with Mars and Leo. This is coming in very quickly. Definitely could be dealing with a Cancer, Aries, Leo, Sag, but I feel this person in the past might have betrayed you, and they've been blocking this, repressing this, denying this, lying to themselves about how badly in betraying you they betrayed themselves, and they're definitely feeling it. And so I think somebody has shifted from the head into the heart, and now they're laser focused on wanting to come in and invest and put in the time and the effort and the hard work, and they're willing to start at rock bottom, clean slate, ground zero, because there's that lesson coming full circle. And so Saturn, when Saturn goes retrograde, there is something coming back from the past. And this is about healing a core childhood wound. There's that wounded healer, that spiritual warrior coming through. And there will be an opportunity for a clean slate and to rebuild, is what I'm feeling here. But it will require communication. I do feel Uranus is at play here, shaking something up, getting somebody to, get out of a programmed belief of what a foundation means. I do feel somebody might have to lose it all to gain it all. Virgo energy, Pisces energy, Jupiter, and so we're breaking free from these outdated belief systems too with Jupiter and Taurus. And so Taurus does represent institutions, the Hierophant, and so we're breaking the mold here. There is a new beginning, Aries, Gemini energy. I feel by the Gemini new moon, there's going to be unexpected communication. So let's see what the King of Cups has to say to this Queen of Swords. Well, they want victory. They're all done with the struggle. There's that Leo. They've gained a shift in perspective. They're coming out of an illusion. There's that Pisces. And I do feel anger. Anger at the revelation of a missed opportunity. We could have had somebody too that was, all about themselves, selfish in the past. And I do feel there's, you put too much water onto a fire, you put it out. But I feel more Pisces energy, Leo, Aries, Leo, Sag. And so expansion is bringing victory when it comes to something that's been stuck for a while. And I do feel something about the moon. Unexpected communication is coming when it comes to wish fulfillment. And somebody's manifested this. And with Pisces going retrograde, or with Saturn going retrograde in Pisces and Neptune too, this is where we have the ability to communicate our dreams, our visions, and to manifest wish fulfillment, is what I'm feeling coming through. So what does the Queen of Swords have to say? I think she's saying, you better not come in with childlike energy, is what it feels like. She's like, I know who you were. I knew who you were back then, but you didn't choose me. You weren't ready for this connection. We do have two visionary leaders here, and she's saying, yeah, you threw my love away. And we got a Queen of Swords here that had to heal from this heartbreak. Yeah, and I do feel, I don't know, is she ready to put the effort in? Yeah, I do feel she's, that sword's raised. She's like, you better come correct. You better come with a full confession, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, because you did some shady things here. You misbehaved. You lied, you cheated, you stole, and you've blocked, your heart for maybe the last 4 years when it comes to this missed opportunity. And so are you ready to make a decision? I think that's what this Queen of Swords is saying. You better come correct, because I was your perfect match. You walked away from me. You cut me out. You broke my heart. And I don't know. Do I have the strength to invest in this again? So let's take a look at the new beginning. Let's take a look at the Fool. We get the Devil, Capricorn energy. We get the Wheel. And we get the Page of Swords. So things can move forward. But there does need to be a discussion about some toxic behavior. And somebody needs to move on and expand beyond these toxic patterns, this toxic behavior. Maybe somebody needs to move on from an actual Capricorn. I feel somebody needs to address a situation where they did make a foolish decision. Somebody's feeling like a clown, like a joker here when it comes to a toxic situation. Things are moving forward. And I do think it's going to start with a conversation. We got 3 pages out. And so, yeah, there needs to be a conversation about, you know, some third-party drama, somebody's immature behavior in the past, perhaps. Because, you know, we've got now three queens upright. And what are we missing? We're missing the Queen of Cups. So, you know, that's what's missing here. I don't know that this queen is really going to be able to invest emotionally. She's kind of turned her back to this situation. And she's looking at maybe a new collaboration. So I do feel if things are going to move forward, there is going to have to be a conversation about some deceitful actions and maybe some immature behavior when it comes to some third-party interference. And so this communication likely might be coming through with Venus in Cancer. And maybe this is connected to somebody with Venus in Cancer. But we've got a Queen of Coins that's focused on forward movement, focused on business projects, you know, her collective mission, her collective work. And with Pluto and Capricorn, I think she's going through a level up, a reevaluation of her structures, of what she can bring forward. But we are missing that Queen of Cups. So let's just go a little bit deeper into this King of Cups again. Oh my goodness. And we get the 5 of Wands in reverse. Saturn. More Saturn energy. And the 2 of Cups. So somebody's really fought this connection. Fought opening up to this connection. They deceived themselves for sure. They've been living in denial. Maybe they've been with an Empress in reversed. But I do feel somebody self-sabotaged a connection with a potential life partner. And I feel there's going to be an emotional outburst or a confession of some sort when it comes to this missed opportunity. Because I do feel this masculine doesn't want to resist this. Knows that this is big, big love. This is a life partnership. This is a spiritual union. And then there's that Queen of Cups. So I do feel a masculine is having some type of an emotional outburst or a breakdown or going through a breakup. Because, you know, they were a fool in the past. They were a smiling liar. They missed out on a huge opportunity because of some shady behavior here. And they've blocked their heart. And now I feel the floodgates are opening when it comes to this missed opportunity. Something about Venus in Cancer is forcing a decision to be made in the energies. Wowza. So let's get a couple romance angels to close off the reading. So yeah, addictions, codependencies. There's that devil energy came between a divinely guided union. And so are you willing to give this person another chance? If you're this queen, are you willing to give this person another chance? I think maybe that's something you should sit and ask yourself over the weekend. Because there is a strong magnetic attraction here. And there's potential for a reconciliation here. But somebody here does need to release an unrequited love situation if they are to extend some lighthearted energy. Get ready for the past to return. And that's kind of what I got for a weekend check-in, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, please feel free to check out the description box below. If you'd like to join me on my 6-week online tarot class, which begins next Tuesday, the 30th, 12 to 1, 1 hour, 1 day week, every Tuesday for 6 weeks. If you'd like to learn tarot with me and my understanding of how I channel the energies, I would love for you to join the class. Hit me up, shoot me an email, check out the community tab, and I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.